Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bea and you're part of Beekeeper of Plants. Guys, I have a really neat video for us today because I have some plants that I'm going to share with you that I would not have expected to find at Lowe's or Home Depot. So if you're ready, let's get started. Green thumbs up, let's go. Let me tell you something. During this time of year, it is so difficult to want to get out and travel and do certain things outside with your plants and or go to Lowe's or Home Depot because it's cold. However, I had to venture out because I was having log cabin fever, and so I needed to get out. And so what I did, I went to Lowe's and I went to Home Depot, and of course, I had zero expectations because of this time of year. As you all know, they have their clearance items on sale. They also have stuff that they brought in from outdoors that have cold damage, things that we don't want, plants that we don't want to bring into our home. But I tell you what, if you just keep looking and searching, you're going to find something that you can bring home. And that's exactly what I did. I found two aglaonemas that are collector items that I'm going to share with you right now. The first one that I'm going to share with you is this diamond red. Let me take her tag out. This is an aglaonema that is more or less a collector's item. It's not considered rare in the sense of like certain plant collectors say their plants are rare. It's rare only because it's a collector's item, and usually you do not find a diamond red in Lowe's or Home Depot. You usually have to order it online, but I scored this gem here recently. So let's take a peek at its leaves. The leaves have this beautiful pink inside and a deep green edge on the outside. And the leaf is very waxy feel. It's not thick, but it's a waxy feel. And if you look at this leaf in particular, you see how the green is making like a vein. I think that is so odd. And that's what makes this plant so odd, the coloration. Look at this beautiful leaf here. Let me pull it down for you. Isn't that pretty? And no two leaves are the same. That's another thing. No two leaves are the same. They all are different. Look at this baby leaf that's coming in. So let's talk about its care. One thing about aglaonemas is that they do not require a whole lot of care. Basically, you can grow your aglaonema in ambient conditions. You can just say, okay, I'm going to sit it on my shelf. I'm going to make sure I check the first few inches of the soil. If it's dry, I will water it. For me, I would give it a bottom water only because of the stem. The stem on these are not woody. They're meaty. And so I would water from the bottom so that I won't rot the crown. Because once you rot the crown, that's the end of your plant, okay? Not only that, but when you fertilize it, you just give it a regular fertilizer, a regular soluble fertilizer, okay? Like a Miracle-Gro. It doesn't take anything special, no specialized care. And I love that about aglaonemas. Let's look at that leaf that's coming in. What you think about that? It is a beautiful plant, okay? Let's look at the next one that I scored. This one here is an Aglaonema Siam Aurora. Once again, I scored this at the big box store. And look at its leaves. Beautiful. And what's so neat about this one as opposed to the diamond red is its stems are pink. How pretty. And not only are the stems pink, but the back. That vein goes all the way to the tip of the leaf. That's why these plants here are collector items. Something that you would want in your plant collection. And something that you wouldn't normally see at your big box stores. So when I saw it, I had to get it. Once again, I had no expectations of what I was going to find because usually I knew what I was going to find. I was just trying to get out. But guess what? I was pleasantly surprised when I found both of these beautiful aglaonemas. Now guys, not only are there two beautiful aglaonemas that I have, but I also have a Hoya, okay? A Hoya that also has beautiful color. Who wouldn't want color in their plant room during this time of year? I think having color during this time of year is something that would bring us so much joy. So let's look at this Hoya here. This Hoya has color as well. And having color during this time of year, guys, it really helps to brighten my day. And even brighten up the plant room. Look at that leaf. Now, I had shared with Lady TMC that I was going to let her know when I shared this Hoya macrophylla albo marginata, because I told her I had something that I was going to share with her. And this is it, Lady TMC. Look at it. And what I like about this particular Hoya is the green one that I have, you can take care of it the exact same way. Give it light. I keep it watered, not too moist. When it's dry, I water it. However, because this one here has a sun stressing type margin on it, in order to keep, look at that beautiful leaf. Beautiful leaves like this one here, you must give it a little extra light. And so, yeah, that's what I'll be doing, giving it a little more light so that as the new leaves come in, I can get that beautiful sun stressing. And not only does it sun stress on top of the leaves, but it's sun stress at the back. And then I also have a growth point that's continuing to grow. And if you look closely, you can see teeny tiny leaves that's coming right there in that node and right there in that node, if you can see that. And then here's another stem that doesn't look very activated, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Macrophylla albo marginata. I found this one not at the big box store, but at one of my nurseries. And so I had to scoop it up when I saw it. So let's look at another nursery find. As you know, and if you don't, in one of my videos before the new year, I talked about my goals for 2026, and I also talked about my dream wish list plants. And one genus that I am stepping into in 2026 is the Anthuriums. I think Anthuriums are so beautiful. I love their leaves, the heart-shaped leaf that they make. I love how some of them have this deep veining and it's crystallized, and some of them are velvety. Well, this one that I found at the nursery, I did not have it on my wish list, but guess what? I should have, because look at this beautiful Anthurium. This is an Anthurium radicans crossed with luxurians. This is a gorgeous plant here. And this leaf right here was not torn when I purchased it. During the travel, when I had it in the car, I tore the leaf, but I have it taped on the back. So one thing about this Anthurium here, like I said earlier, look at the heart-shaped leaf. It's a heart shape right there. You can see how it comes into that heart shape. And then the leaves are very, very thick, leathery type. And then let's look at how the veins are. The veins are the same color of the leaf, but it's a pattern. It reminds me of like a webbing type of pattern. It's beautiful. And the leaves are puckered. This reminds me of a pretty raindrop, this one here. And to my surprise, I have a beautiful new leaf that is unfurling. I am excited. It's a plum colored leaf. And that's one thing I like about Anthuriums. When they come out, they don't come out green. When they're emerging, they come out like a red, a brownish tinge, or a plum. Just unique. Anthuriums are so unique, and I am so glad to have this cross in my care. And let's look at the stem. The stem is a plum color too, and the petiole, which is right at the base of the plant, also is plum colored. Beautiful, beautiful plant. And once again, as far as taking care of all of the plants that I share with you, easy care, ambient conditions, nothing that I'm going to have to stress about, because this is a new genus for me. Just making sure that I keep it nice and moist, not soggy. Also fertilizing it when I would say during spring and summer. Also just making sure I give it plenty enough light so that I can continue to get such beautiful leaves as this. You know, sometimes you will hear in the plant community that Anthuriums don't need a lot of light. They do enjoy light. It's a difference between having the sunlight and having our grow lights. Sunlight, having your plants sitting underneath the sunlight, that's different. But having your plants sit near a grow light, that's totally different. And plants like this girl here is going to enjoy it as my other plants do. So don't be afraid to give your plants light. Sit them close to the grow light. If you find that they don't like it, just move them back. It will be okay. That's how we learn. So guys, if you are enjoying spending this time with me in the beehive, please consider subscribing. Not only subscribing, but turn on your notification so you'll know when I upload another video. I would love to have you be in part of the beehive. Not only that, please share and give me some thumbs up because that's how my channel grows. So let's continue. I'm going to take a drink first. Cheers. Let me share something with you. This is not a highball, Chula. I want to let you know, this is not vodka. This is water. So I want everyone to know that I am drinking water. I'm hydrating myself. Okay, so let's continue. The next thing, guys, I want to share with you before I get into some beautiful pottery is, you know, I'm usually coming late to the party. When I was younger, I wasn't even invited, so at least I'm coming late. So let me share something with you. I had gone to the DT. DT, for those of you who don't know, is called the Dollar Tree here in the United States. And I purchased little appetizer cups like this. I think they're so cute, right? And not only that, I purchased the little plates like this. I don't have tiny square cups. I purchased the round ones in which already have the holes, but I thought by purchasing little cups like this, I can use this as some propagations, right? And or put my tiny Hoyas that I purchase when I need to maybe repot them. They're not ready to go into their forever home. I could do that. What do you guys think? Isn't that cute? And I can also use it where I take two of these guys and use one, put a hole in this one, not a hole in the outer one, and sit it like that, and I'll have a reservoir of water. So I just think that is so neat. I discovered that when I was at the Dollar Tree and I had to get it. I just thought they were so cute. These trays come in a set of 12. And these here come in a set of 6 from the Dollar Tree. So if you don't have any, go and get yourself some. So the next item on our agenda today is pottery. How can you not go shopping for pottery? There are so many different types of pottery out there, and of course you can't beat a terracotta. I love terracotta. Terracotta will always be my go-to because I love terracotta. But when you're talking about styling and adding a little pop of color, I think beautiful pottery is where it is. So I had gone on and said, you know what? I went and shopped for plants. Let me ease on down the road. Okay, you remember the song? Ease on down the road. Why don't you ease on down the road? So I did that. And I went to some of my favorite stores. So let's look at some pottery. This pottery here came from one of my nursery centers. And I think that this pottery is going to really dress up one of the plants. Let's look at it. It's a glazed pottery. Not only is it glazed on the outside, but it's also glazed on the inside. And it reminds me of the constellations. Look at that. It's a hunter's green, and it has blue flecks all the way around. Reminds me of the constellation. Isn't that beautiful? And look, as I turn it, it's like the sky is turning. Wow, isn't that beautiful? And so I thought that I could dress one of our new babies up with this, and let's see how I would do it. One tip that I always give is when you have a pot that's deep like this, you can always fill the bottom with paper, as I have done, and or put plastic bags inside. So I have paper, and I'm thinking about placing our Anthurium in here. You let me know what you think about this. What do you think? Okay, so that's one pot there. Then I went to another store, and you know, pottery can be so expensive at nurseries, but sometimes you have to not worry about the price so much. And these potteries were not very expensive, but sometimes you kind of say, I'm going to splurge this time. And really, that was my mindset, to be honest. If I think about it, that was my mindset. I knew that I wanted to start the year off with some pottery, which is something I hardly ever buy, because like I said, my go-to is usually terracotta. And so I knew I wanted to start the year off with some really cute pottery. And so I went to another one of the nurseries here, and look at this pot here. Isn't that a beautiful planter? Look at it, so pretty. I mean, I love how the designer painted it. The different shades of browns and grays and the muted tones. It's not loud at all. And then you see the little, I'm gonna call them little balls. It's raised. So it has a raised feel. And it also has a hole at the bottom. This pot is not glazed at all, but it is glass. Now, I would use this as an outer pot. I don't know which plant that I'm going to put in this. It probably won't be any of the ones that I shared with you today. But once again, it's kind of deep. I can do two things. I can use one of my plastic pots and just repot a plant and put in here. Or if I already have a plant that's in its home and really don't need to be repotted yet, put paper, plastic in here and do it as such. So, but look at this. It's so pretty. And the color reminds me of like a green. It looks cream on camera, but it's not cream. It's like a real washed out green. It's gorgeous. It's in person, it really is a pretty pot. Yeah, beautiful pot. The next pot that I purchased, same store. I'm really not a blue person. However, when it comes to certain tones of blue or shades of blue, I love cobalt blue. I love anything that's kind of muted. Anything that's bright. I'm not the sky blue kind of girl. And so this pot here is not cobalt, but it also is not teal. So it has a little teal in it, which is pretty. And not only that, but the lines on the pot, when the light hits it, it looks white. So it casts off a light color. And this is not glazed on the inside either. I mean on the outside, but it's glazed on the inside. And whereas the previous pot had like a hole, this one doesn't have a hole. Really nice. I love the ridges. And let's just try out the Hoya and let's see how it looks inside. What do you think? Do you like that? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I like it. But you wouldn't hurt my feelings if you said, no, I don't like that, B. But let me know what you think. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in this pot. I only decided that I was going to use the Anthurium cross. I knew what I wanted to purchase and use it for. But the other two, I don't know. And so, yeah, you just let me know. This pot and the previous one came from the exact same nursery. Yeah. Excuse me. And they always have pretty good sales. They have an abundance of pottery. And so I like going there to find pottery. Now the next two pots that I purchased came from Target. Target currently is putting out their spring collection of pottery, and girls and guys, let me tell you, if you enjoy odd pottery, now you know Target sometimes can be a little pricey, but if you enjoy odd pottery, because I think that's what they're moving towards this year's, things that are kind of odd and different, then Target is where to go. And let me share the first pot with you. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at how they designed it. And at the base here, if you wanted to put pebbles at the base and use this as a water reservoir, you could do that, and then your plant would sit there. How cool is that? Or you can do, like I said, fill it with paper or plastic and let your plant sit on top. But it is such an odd piece of pottery here. And it's glazed. And it does have a hole. Oh, this is covering up, but it has a hole, guys. Okay? So, what I have done for this one, I looked around prior to coming on camera with you, and I wanted to find something that would complement this, because these colors are kind of a muted pastel, especially that blue. And so I wanted something that would complement that. I knew something dark. I didn't think anything dark would complement these colors. And so I recently shared this repot with you guys. This is my neon pothos. Okay, and I thought putting her in here would be cute. Her green along with that blue and white, I think really complements the pot. So this pot here has found a plant to dress it up. Okay. Then the last pot that I got from Target is this one. Remember I had mentioned how odd their pottery is this year? Look at the design on this. The handle on this side, if you look, the scallop handle is solid, but the handle on this one is see-through. I like the design. And this pot is not glazed. And it's shallow. So it's shallow enough for a small plant to go inside. But I am definitely thinking about putting a something that's cascading in this one. Nothing tall would make this do anything, but something that cascades would make this pot just spectacular. And I like this shade of blue. And if I were to sit it next to each other, I think that would be nice. One shade complements the other. Okay, so these came from Target. Okay, so go to Target if that's something, if that's one of the stores you enjoy shopping at. And then the last pot that I'm going to share with you is a pot that I've had for years. This pot here came from a nursery back home, and it is a muted gray, and it has like a concrete feel. And when you touch it, you can feel that it has some raised speckling on it. I'm going to turn it for you. And inside the pot is glaze. I've already used this several times. So I was thinking about putting one of our new babies in this pot. And you let me know what you think. I'm going to sit our Aglaonema Siam Aurora in here. And you let me know what you think about it. What do you think? Do you like it? Is the pink kind of conflicting with the gray? You know, pink and gray do go together. Let me know. Is this something you would do? And the reason why I chose this one is because it's darker. The leaves are darker than the diamond red. But just for fun, let's put the diamond red in and see what you think. This is the diamond red. I don't know, guys. This is kind of pretty here, too. Yeah. Actually, I like this one because the soft pastel softens up the gray, whereas the dark green, right, doesn't soften up the gray. So, let's take a poll. You tell me for this pot, which is our very last pot, we're going to call this pot the Texas pot. Would you plant our diamond red in it, which has the soft pastels, or would you pot our Siam Aurora in it, which has a darker green leaf? Let me know. That's a poll. I would love to know. Well, guys, this ends our visit today. And I really hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed sharing this with you. because anytime I get something new, I get excited about it. And of course, I want to share it with you. And so that's exactly what I did. All of the plants either came from Lowe's or Home Depot or one of my nurseries, and then all of the pottery. And then, of course, our Texas pot that we cannot forget about. So let me know what you thought about the video. Which plant did you enjoy most? Which one do you already have? Maybe you already grow a few of these. Just remember, aglaonemas are collector items for all plant creators, and go out and see if you have any in your big box store. I have enjoyed spending this time with you. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I thank you. It's because people like you that are subscribing to the Beehive, you are making my channel grow. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know I mean it. So until next time, I will see you in the very next video. Bye-bye and see you soon.